best UPSC interview guidance by former UPSC board members. 5-pronged approach includes DAF briefing, one-to-one sessions, regional information guidance, feedback by a psychologist, mock interview mimicking the actual interview by former UPSC board members only at KPIS Delhi. This is the guidance by the best to ace the UPSC race. WhatsApp your DAF to 9133957733 now.
Hello everybody, welcome to 21st Century IAS Academy, Delhi's upscale meditational mentorship UPSC Confidence Covenant program. This is Goli Varsha. I'm sure you're taking the tests seriously and writing them consistently every single day. On this positive note, we shall see the test explanation for CSAT questions given on
Day 19. Let us look into the first problem. X, Y, and Z are started a business by investing rupees this much, and this much respectively. After 2 years, they invested another amounts in this ratio. After 1 year, X, Y, Z withdrew rupees 250, 350, and 500 from the business respectively. Now, the profit earned from the business after 4 years from the start of the business is in the ratio 3:4:A. And the share of X in the profit is 1500. Find the total profit earned from the business. Okay, that means there are 3 people, X, Y, and Z. Alright, so totally there are 4 years. Alright. And for the first 2 years, the investments or the capital is same. Alright. Okay. After 2 years, what is happening? They invested some more amount in this ratio. Okay, 2:1:4. Okay, in absolute numbers, let it be 2x, x, and 4x. All right. And after 3 years, they removed this much amount. Okay, now we shall actually see the ratio of profits of x and y at the end of 4th year. All right, it'll be in the ratio of capital into time period. Ratio will be equal to ratio of profits. Okay, ratio of profits. All right, so in x and y case, in the numerator we'll be putting x by y's profit. Okay, this is what we are trying to find. Okay, for the first 2 years it is how much? 1100 into 2. 1100 into 2 years, plus for the third year it is 1100 plus 2x. This is what we are taking here. Okay, this 2x. And for the fourth year it is 1100 plus 2x. Out of this amount he is removing how much? 250 rupees. By, now what is y's case? It is 1500 into 2 plus this 1500 into 2 years plus 1500 plus x, this one, plus 1500 plus x. Out of this amount he is taking off 350 rupees. So this will be the ratio of profits of x and y at the end of 4th year. And this ratio is equal to how much? 3:4:A is the ratio of x, y, z's profit, right? Out of this, we have to only consider x and y. Then it will be 3:4. Alright, now let us simplify this part. What will we get? 2 1100s, 1 1100, 1 1100. So totally there are 4 1100s, right? 4 into 1100 plus 2x and 2x, 4x plus 4x minus 250 by 2 1500s, no? And third 1500, fourth 1500, which means it is 4 into 1500. How much is it? It is 6000 plus x plus x, 2x minus 350 is equal to 3/4. Alright, now how much is this equal to? This is 4400. 4400 minus 250 is how much? 4150. Okay, 4150 plus 4x by 6000 minus 350 is how much? 5650 plus 2x. Alright. So you will get it as 4150 plus 4x into 4 is equal to 3 into 5650 plus 2x. Alright. So this will be equal to 4 into 4150 is 4 zeros are 0, 4 fives are 20, 4 5 6, it is 16600 plus 16x is equal to 16950 plus 6x. Okay, now what will you get? 16x minus 6x is 10x. 10x is equal to 16950 minus 16600 is 350. So x is equal to 35. Now what is this x? It is the common ratio of for this one. Okay, we've taken no 2x, 1x and 4x is the investment made after 2 years. So this x is 35. Alright. Now to find out the total profit earned from the business, we need to find out what is. Okay, here we've taken x is to y. Now we will take x is to z. Alright. See, one way of taking this x is to z ratio of profits is 1100 like this. Similar to this one, 1100 into 2 plus 1100 plus 2x. This will become x. Now what will become z's value? 2200 into 2 plus 2200 plus 4x plus 2200. You know, all this things we'll take. How that is method 1. But method 2, if you keenly observe, look at x and z. They are in the ratio 1:2. Here also it is there. Ratio is 1:2. Here also 2:4 is what? 1:2. So the profit of x and z will be in the ratio 1:2 because their investments are in the ratio 1:2 and the time period for which they invested is same. So the same ratio will translate to profits also. Okay, so 1:2 is equal to what from this one? It is 3 by a. So a is how much? It is 6. Alright. Therefore, the ratio of the profits will become what? 3:4:6. And also the share of x in the profit is 1500, which means 3 parts of total 13 parts. 3 parts of total 13 parts is equal to how much? 1500 rupees. Alright. Now what is the total profit? It is 13 parts, right? For 3 parts, if it is 1500, for 13 parts, how much is it? Alright. So it is 3 ones are 3 500. So 13p is equal to 13 into 500, which is nothing but 6500. So the total profit is C 6500. Alright. Amit and Anil invested rupees A and rupees 2A respectively in the business. For the time periods of Amit and Anil are in the ratio 5:2. If the profit share of Anil is rupees this much, then find the total profit if they continue the business for 2 more years. Okay. Now, Amit and Anil. Okay, what is the capital that they invested? It is rupees A and rupees 2A. And what is the time period for which they invested? The ratio is 5:2. Alright. Now what will be the ratio of profits? Profit ratio will be 5A is to 4A. Okay, you're multiplying this. Alright, which means it is 5:4. Alright. See here, Anil's share, this is Anil's share is 1,50,000 rupees, which means 4 parts in the profit. 4 parts of profit is how much? 1,50,000 rupees. Alright, then one part is how much? One part is 4 ones are 4 threes are 12. 4 sevens are 28, 2 will be remaining, 5, 2 zeros, 2 zeros. It is 37,500 rupees. Alright, now what is the total profit is what they asked. Okay, first after 2 years. First we'll calculate it for 1 year. For 1 year it is 9 parts. Alright, so 9 into 37500 is the profit for 1 year. Alright, so it is, how much is it? 0, 0, 9 5s are 45, 9 7s are 63, 63 plus 4 is 67. Okay, 27 plus 6 is 33. Okay, so this is the profit for 1 year. For 3 years, how much is it? It will become 337,500 into 3. Because 1 year plus 2 years is how much? 3 years. At the end of 3 years, it will become 3 times of this number. 0, 0, 5, 1. And 3 sevens are 21, 22, 9, 10, 11. 1012500. So this is the answer. A is the answer. Alright. Mian initiates a business with rupees M, and 2 months later Rahul joins with M by 2. After 1 month, Shami also joins with rupees 2M. The difference between the profit received by Mian and Rahul at the end of 1 year is rupees 14,000. Then the difference between the profit received by Shami and Rahul is. So there are 3 people. Okay, Mian, let him be represented by M, Rahul with R, and Shami with S. Alright. Okay, because another M is given here, let it be MI. Alright. Okay, now coming to the capital and into time period, this Mian actually invested for how much time? This guy is investing for straight 12 months. How about Rahul? Rahul invested for how many months? 2 months later, right? Which means it is 12 minus 2. That is 10 months. What is Shami's scene? Shami actually invested 2M for how many months? After 1 more month. After Rahul had come, the Shami after 1 month he came. That means after 3 months he had joined. Which means 12 minus 3. He is investing the amount for 9 months. Alright. Now, they've given that the difference between the profit received by Mian and Rahul is 1400 rupees. Alright. So, if we take the ratio of these numbers, what will you get? So the ratio is 24 is to 10 is to 36. You can actually simplify it. However, I am not simplifying it because by observing this number and the difference of parts, here it is, the difference of parts is how much? Here it is 14 parts. Okay, and in absolute numbers also, the difference between these two, the profits is 14,000 rupees. Okay, it'll be easy for calculation. No? That's why I didn't simplify this ratio. So one part is how much? It is 1,000 rupees. Now they're asking you the difference between profit received by Rahul and Shami. Okay, what is the difference between parts? It is 26 parts. Alright, in absolute numbers it is 26 into 1,000, which means 26,000 is the difference between the profit received by Shami and Rahul. So B is the answer. P and Q decide to start a business. That means P is there, Q is there. P invests rupees X, alright, and Q invests 60,000 rupees. After 8 months, P withdraws 1/3 of the amount. That means for 8 months, it was this, plus for the rest of the 4 months, it will be 2/3 will be remaining, no? If he removes 1/3. So this is the total capital for 1 year, alright. Now, the profit received by P at the end of 1 year is 33.33% less than that of Q. Determine the value of X. Now you should understand one thing, that when it comes to percentages, the reference should always be 100. Alright. Now, if profit of P at the end of 1 year is 33.33% less than that of Q, means Q's profit should be 100%. The reference should be taken as 100%. And now P's profit would become how much? It will become 66.33%. You getting my point? Okay, so how much is this in the fraction form? It is, if you're dividing it into 3 parts, now P will be 2 parts and Q will be how much? Q's profit will be how much? It will be 3 parts. So it is 2 by 3. Okay, this is the correct ratio. You cannot or you shouldn't take it as 1:2. Wrong. Because you might feel that, okay, this is 66.66%. Now, P's profit is 33.33% less than that of Q. So it is 33.33. So the ratio of their profits is 1:2. No, the basic understanding of percentage is that the reference should be taken as 100%. Getting my point? So here the reference you're taking it as 66.66%. That is wrong. So 1:2 is wrong. 2:3 is correct. If you're dividing the total profit into 3 parts, Q is taking 2 or P is taking 2 parts and Q is taking 3 parts. So the ratio of profits is 2:3. Alright. Now 8x plus 2x, this is x, not multiplication, by 3 into 4 by 60,000 into 12. This you should not forget. Alright, into 12. Why am I writing into 12? Because for the one whole year, he has invested this much without any changes. Okay, is equal to 2 by 3. Alright, now what is this? The simplified fraction here. 3 8s are 24. 24 plus 8 is 32x by 3 into 60,000 into 12 is equal to 2 by 3. Alright, so 2 1s are 2 16s are 3 1s are 3, it's gone. Okay, now 4 4s are 4 3s are 4 1s are 4 15,000s are. So x is equal to 45,000. Alright, so they had asked x value, right? So it is 45,000. 3 individuals, P, Q, and R, invest in a business in the ratio 5:6:4. If P and R invested for 1 year, then Q should invest for how many months if he wants to receive 25% of the total profit at the end of 1 year? Alright, this is simple question. P, Q, R are there. What is the ratio of their capitals? 5:6:4. Alright, now what is the ratio of their profits? It is equal to the ratio of capital into time periods, right? So it is given that P and R are invested for 1 year, which means it is 12 months. Alright, R also invested for 12 months. We don't know for how many months Q has invested. So let it be X. Alright, this is into, not is to into. Alright, now what is the given condition? This Q fellow must receive 25% of the total profit. Alright, so Q's share of profit will be equal to 6x by 5 into 12 plus 6x plus 4 into 12, and this is equal to 25%. In fraction form, what is 25%? It is 1 by 4. Alright, now 6 2s are 6 2s are. Alright, what will it become? It will be equal to 4x is equal to 10 plus 8, 18 plus x. Alright, so 3x is equal to 18 and x is equal to 6. Alright, so he has to invest for 6 months. Q has to invest for 6 months in total to receive 25% of the total profit. So B is the answer. A and B started a business with initial investments in respective ratio, that is 18:7. A and B started a business and their capital ratio or investment ratio is how much? 18:7. After 4 months from the start of the business, A invested rupees 2,000 more and B invested rupees 7,000 more. At the end of 1 year, if the profit was distributed among them in the ratio 2:1, what was the total initial investment with which A and B started the business? Let the common ratio be x. Alright. Now, what is the ratio of profits at the end of 1 year? It is 2:1, and this ratio will be equal to how what the multiplication of this capital and the time period, right? So 18x into 12, because it's invested for 12 months, along with rupees 2000, which was invested for how many months? After 4 months it started, which means it was invested for 8 more months. Yeah, by 7x into 12 plus 7000 into 8. Alright. So 4 twos are 4 threes, 2 ones are 2 nines are 2 ones are. Okay, so what does it reduce down to? It will be equal to 21x plus 14,000, because you're sending it here, is equal to 9 threes are 27x plus 2000. Alright, so this will be equal to, what is the difference? It is 6x is equal to 12,000. So x is equal to 2000. Alright, now what did they ask you to find? What is the total initial investment? Okay, so it is equal to 18x plus 7x, which is 25x, which means 25 into 2000, that is equal to 50,000. So A is the answer. A and B entered into a partnership with rupees 700 and 600 respectively. After another 3 months, A withdrew 2/7 of his stock, but after 3 months, he put back 3/5 of what he had withdrawn. The total profit at the end of the year is rupees 726. What is the share of A in the profit? Okay, so there are two people, A and B, and A has 700 rupees, which he is investing, and B invests 600 rupees. Alright, now we will see the ratio of profits of A and B. Alright, what is it equal to? It is equal to the amount of capital into the time for which it is invested. Okay, for the first 3 months, it was 700 plus what happened after 3 months? A withdrew 2/7 of his stock, which means how much is left over? 5/7 is left over. Okay, 5/7 is left, 5/7 is left over. Alright, what is 5/7 of 700? 5 parts of 7 parts of 700. It is 500, which was invested for 3 months, because after 3 months again he's making some changes. Alright, what happened after 3 months plus 3 months? That is 6 months. What happened after 6 months? This 500 was there, and he puts back 3/5 of what he had taken. He had taken 200 rupees, right? So he is putting back how much? 3/5 of this one, 3/5 of this one. 5 ones are okay, so 120 is putting it back. Alright, and this is invested for the rest of 6 months, because 6 months are done, another 6 months are there in a year. Okay, this is A's case. Now what is B's case? 600 was invested straight for 12 months. Alright, so if we simplify, 3 3 3 2s are 3 4s are. Now this we can write it as what? 620, right? 620. Alright, so 0 0 0 and 1 0 here. It's gone. Now 2 1s are, 2 25s are, 2 35s are, 2 2s are. Alright, so this will be equal to 35 plus 25 plus 62 by 120, because 60 into 2, right? So this is equal to how much? This is 60. 60 plus 62 is 122 by 120. This is equal to 61 by 60. So the profits of A and B are in the ratio 61:60. Alright. So it is given that the total profit is 726 rupees, which means what are the total number of parts? 61 and 60, right? So 121 parts of profit is equal to 726. And what are they asking? What is the share of A? How much is 61 parts? Alright, so 61 parts is how much? Alright, so 121 ones are 121 six are. So 61p is equal to 61 into 6, that is 366. So 366 is the answer. Alright. A, B, and C enter into a partnership and invest their capitals in the ratio 1 by 3 is to 5 by 12 is to 1 half. Alright. Now, how will you convert it into proper numbers? See, A, B, and C, right? 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to, 1 by 3 is to 5 by 12 is to half, right? Now, you have to multiply all these numbers with the LCM of 3, 12, and 2. Why? So that the denominators get cancelled. Okay, now what is the LCM of these numbers? It is 12, right? So multiply 1 by 3 into 12. How much is it? It is 4. If you're multiplying with 12, how much will it become? It will become 5, and this one will become 2 ones are 2 sixes, so it will become 6. So they have invested in the ratio 4 is to 5 is to 6. Alright, now A receives 1/4 of the total profit for managing the business. Okay, if it is 100%, if the total profit is denoted as 100%, A is receiving how much? 25%. And how much is remaining? 75% of the total profit is remaining. Alright, and the remaining profit is divided between them in the ratio of their investments, which means the 75% is divided in the ratio 4 is to 5 is to 6. Alright. And at the end of the year, A gets rupees 1.26 lakh, less than what B and C together get in the profit. Then what is the share of C in the total profit? Now you have to understand one thing here, that A fellow is receiving 25% of the total profit. Okay, plus profit plus 4 into 5% of the total profit. How did I get this? See, look at this one. 75% is divided into how many parts? 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15. So 15 parts is equal to 75%. Now, how much is one part of the profit is equal to? It is equal to 5% of the profit. Alright, so now here it is 4 into 5% of the profit. Alright. Now, what is B plus C equal to? It is, what is the remaining profit? See, here 20% is gone. Now, remaining is how much? Remaining is how much? Out of 75%, 20% is gone for A. Now, remaining is 55%. Right? And what is this equal to? This is 20 plus 25. This is 45% of the profit. Alright, they've given that the difference between these two is 1.26 lakhs. Alright, which means 55% minus 45%, that is 10% is equal to 1.26 lakh. Now what are they asking? What is the share of C in the total profit? What is the share of C in the total profit? It is 30%, right? It is 30% because one part here is 5%. That's what we've calculated. So it is 6 into 5, that is 30%. When 10% is 1.26 lakh, then what is 30% equal to? What is 30% equal to? It is equal to 3 times of this one. Yeah? 3 6 are 18. 3 2s are 6 plus 1 7. 3 1s are 3. It is 3.78 lakh. D is the answer. X, Y, and Z are partners in a business. They invest their capitals in the ratio 6 is to 5 is to 1. Okay, so X, Y, and Z are there. 6 is to 5 is to 1 is the ratio of the capitals. X gets 25% of the total profit for managing the business. That means out of 100% of the profit, 25% is kept aside for X. Alright, and remaining is 75%. The rest of the profit is shared among them according to their investments, which means it is shared according to this ratio. Alright, that means it is divided into 12 parts and it is distributed. Alright, because 6 plus 5 plus 1 is 12, 12 parts. Okay, after a year, the profit of X was rupees 15,000 more than the sum of the profits of Y and Z. How much was the share of Z in the total profit? Okay, this is what they asked, right? Now, what is the here 12 parts is 75%. All right. Now, how much is X getting? X gets 25% of the total profit plus 6 parts of this profit, 75%. See, if 12 parts is 75%, then how many parts is 25%? It is 4 parts, right? So all of these I'll write in parts term. Parts. Alright. So this will become 4 parts, this will become 6 parts. Alright. So it is 10 parts. Now part I'll denote it with X. Let it be X. So X gets 10X. Alright. Now what is Y and Z getting? They will get 6 parts, that is I'm denoting it with X again. So what did they give? They gave that the difference between 10X and 6X, which is 4X, is equal to 15,000. Alright, so X will become how much? 4 ones are 4 threes are 4 sevens are 250. It is equal to 3750. Alright, X is equal to 3750. Now what are they asking us to find? How much was the share of Z in the total profit? It is equal to what? X, because it is only one part, no? So 1X, that is 3750. C is the answer. Rahul and Sanjay start a business with a capital of rupees 2 lakh and rupees 6 lakh respectively. After a year, out of the profit of rupees 3 lakhs, Rahul gets his share of profit plus some money as his commission. That is not a part of the profit. If Rahul gets a total of rupees 1,20,000, what is the amount of commission that Rahul received? Okay, so there is Rahul and then there is Sanjay. It is 2 lakh and then this is 6 lakh. Alright, so what is the ratio of their investment? It is 1:3. Alright, now their profit also will be there in the ratio 1:3. Okay, so 3 plus 1 is 4 parts. When 4 parts is equal to rupees 3 lakhs, 1 part will be equal to 4 ones are 4 sevens are 28, 5. Okay, so it will be equal to 75,000 rupees. Now, the share of profit of Rahul is rupees 75,000. Alright, because it is 1 part, so 75,000. Now, how much did he receive in total? Actually, he was supposed to get 75,000 rupees, but along with commission, he's got 1,20,000 rupees. Alright, so 75,000 plus some commission is equal to 1,20,000 rupees. Now, what is the amount of commission that he received? It is equal to 45,000 rupees. Okay, so commission is 45,000 rupees. So C is the answer.
This is it for today. Practice these methods consistently, revise them, and you will be very confident about CSAT paper. Always remember, 10 questions a day keeps your CSAT fear at bay. All the best.